Hello, ladies and gentlemen. In this video, what we are going to see is about the legislative powers of a president. Okay, in a previous video, we have seen about the executive powers of a president. In this video, we are going to see seen about the uh, legislative powers of a president. Okay, the president can summon or prorogue the parliamentary session. Summon is nothing but a starting of a particular session. Once the president summons such a session, then the uh, member of a parliament will assemble and involves in the law making process. So for the starting of a session, the president will summon the house. What is the meaning of a prorogue is that ending of a particular session, discontinuance of a particular session. At the end of a session, the president will prorogue a session which is nothing but a ending. Okay, and can dissolve the Lok Sabha. The president can able to dissolve the Lok Sabha. Okay, only Lok Sabha can be dissolved by the president. Rajya Sabha cannot be dissolved by the president because Rajya Sabha is a permanent house. Lok Sabha is not a permanent house, so it can be dissolved by the president. But what he can only dissolve, but the president dissolve the house on the advice of prime minister and the council of a minister. The president dissolves the house on the advice of a prime minister and the council of minister. But one point need to be noted here is that the president can only dissolve the house on the advice of prime minister and council of a minister only if such a prime minister and a council of a minister enjoys a majority support in a Lok Sabha. Okay, if the prime minister or a council of a minister loses the majority, then president does not need to act according to the advice provided by the prime minister and the council of a minister. Okay, then the president addresses the parliament after general election. So after the general election will be usually held for every 5 years. So after the general election, the session will be held, which is addressed by the president. Okay, and during the session of a first session of each year, for every year, the first session will be addressed by the president and can send a message to the parliament. The president can also send a message to the parliament regarding some constitutional matters under some national interest. Okay, and he can also summon a joint sitting. Joint sitting is nothing but members of both the Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha assembled together for the passage of a bill. Why? Because if there is any difference of opinion between these two houses on the passage of some bill, the joint session uh, will be summoned by the president. We are going to discuss about joint sitting detail in another video. So we can move to the next point. Can appoint any number of a house to preside over the proceedings. Okay. Usually, Lok Sabha session will be presided by a speaker and or deputy speaker. Rajya Sabha session will be presided over by a chairman or vice chairman. When both the speaker and deputy speaker was when the post of both the speaker and deputy speakers falls vacant, then the president will appoint another person from a Lok Sabha. Okay, speaker and deputy speaker is for a Lok Sabha. So whenever both the speaker and the deputy speaker post was vacant, the president will appoint some other person from a Lok Sabha to preside over a session of a house. Whenever both the chairman and vice chairman post of a Rajya Sabha falls vacant, then the president will appoint some other person from a Rajya Sabha to preside over a session of a house. Okay. Next point is that can nominate two members from the Anglo-Indian community for a Lok Sabha. This provision was repealed recently. Okay, recently this provision was repealed. The president can no longer nominate members from a Anglo-Indian community because of a repealing of such a provision recently. Okay, can nominate 12 members having a special knowledge and experience. Okay, a person from a different field like arts, science, etc., having a special knowledge and a special experience can be nominated by 12 such members can be nominated by a president to a Lok Sabha. Okay, sorry, Rajya Sabha. Okay, 12 such members can be nominated to a Rajya Sabha. Here the Lok Sabha members from two members from the Anglo-Indian community, but this provision was repealed recently. So the president no longer able to nominate the two members from the Anglo-Indian community to the Lok Sabha because of the repeal of such a provision. But he can nominate 12 members having a special knowledge and experience in a different field like art, science, etc. to a Rajya Sabha. Okay. Next. So this was the previous sanction. Previous sanction is nothing but a prior permission from a president was needed for a following matters. Okay, a bill will be passed in each house for a law making process. Okay, a bill seeks to create if any new state need to be created, or if the boundary of any state or name of any state need to be altered by the passage of a bill, then the prior permission of a president was required. Okay, the house must need to get a prior permission of a president prior to the passage of such a bill for a passage of such a bill. Okay, so the permission was required before the passage of such a bill. Then also for a bill which involves the expenditure from a consolidated fund of India. If there is any expenditure from a consolidated fund of India and such a bill need to be require a prior sanction of a president. Okay, we are going to discuss detail about the consolidated fund of India in another video. Okay. Money bills. Okay, the money bill require a prior permission or prior sanction of a president for its passage. Then these two are the 2 points where the permission of a president or sanction, prior sanction of a president was needed. Next, all other bills requires a assent of a president after passages. Okay, such a bill can be originated in either house. It may be originated in a Lok Sabha or it may come from a Rajya Sabha. After the passage of a bill in both the houses, it must need to get a assent of a president to become a law. Only after the president assent, the bill will become a law. Okay. The next thing on the legislative powers of a president that we are going to see is regarding the passage of a bill from a parliament and passage of a bill from a state legislature. Okay. So after the passage of a bill on parliament by both the houses, it will come for a president assent. So only after the president gives his assent to the bill, it will become an act and it will become a law. Okay. After the passage of a bill by both the houses, whenever the bill comes to the president, he has different options to do. First one is he can give a assent to his bill. Once he gives a assent to the bill, it will become a law. Okay. The bill is considered as a act. Okay. Next thing is that he withhold his assent. He will not give his assent. He withhold his assent to the bill. What happens is that the bill becomes dead. It will becomes end. Next, he can return the bill for the reconsideration. He can return such a bill after the passage of a bill by a Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Whenever the bill comes for a presidential assent, he again sends the bill back to the parliament for a reconsideration. Okay, but the reconsideration, the president cannot return the money bill. He only return a ordinary bill for a reconsideration. He cannot return a money bill for a reconsideration. Okay. What happens in the money bill is that he must either give assent to the bill or either withhold a assent to the money bill. Okay. He cannot return a money bill for a reconsideration. Only ordinary bill can be returned for the reconsideration of a parliament. Okay. Reconsideration. If the bill is passed by the parliament again with or without the amendment, then the president need to give his assent. Okay. Whenever the ordinary bill was returned by the president to the parliament for a reconsideration, if the bill was passed again by both the houses with or without, either it may be with amendments or without the amendments, if the bill was passed by the both houses again, then the president must give his assent to the bill. He must need to give his assent to the bill. He cannot withhold the assent of a such a bill. He must need to give a assent to the bill. Okay. Then he or she must need to give a assent to the constitutional amendment bill. In case of a constitutional amendment bill, okay, we already seen what is meant by constitutional amendment in the previous videos. So if the constitutional amendment bill comes for the president assent, he must need to give his assent to the bill. He cannot withhold the assent to the constitutional amendment bill. He cannot return the constitutional amendment bill. Okay. So he can able to return only the ordinary bill. He cannot return a money bill for reconsideration. He cannot return a constitutional amendment bill for a reconsideration. In case of a money bill, he either gives his assent to the bill or withhold his assent to the bill. But in case of a constitutional amendment bill, there is only one option, which is nothing but he must need to give the assent to the bill. Okay. So what is the case in case of the bill is from a state legislature? Okay. Usually the bills of a state legislature was assent for a state legislature bills was given by a governor. It is usually happens, but in case of some special occasion, the governor reserves such a bill for a consideration of a president in case of some important bills. Okay. So in that case, what will happen is that the president can give his assent to the bill. He can give his assent to the bill like that of a bill of a parliament. He can withhold his assent to the bill, which is also like that of a parliament. He can withhold his assent to the bill. If that happens, the bill becomes dead. Yes, the third option, which is nothing but direct the governor. The president can direct the governor to send the bill back to the state legislature for a reconsideration. Okay. Like this also, the president cannot ask the governor to send the bill back to the state legislature. Okay. The money bill cannot be resent back to the state legislature. Only the ordinary bill can be resent by the governor for a reconsideration of a state legislature. And it is not obligatory for a president to give a assent to the reconsidered bill. In case of a bill of a parliament, after the reconsideration by the houses with or without the amendment, if the bill was again passed by both the houses, the president must give his assent to such a bill. He cannot withhold the assent for such a bill. He must need to give the assent to the bill. But here, it is not obligatory. It is not obligatory for a president to give his assent to such a bill. Okay, it is only in case of a bill originated in the parliament. In case of a state legislature, in case of a bill of a state legislature, it is not obligatory. It is not obligatory to give a assent to such a bill. Okay, this is what the legislative powers of a president regarding the passage of a bills in a bills of a parliament and the state legislatures. These are the other legislative powers of a president. Okay, a president lays a report of a finance commission, Union Public Service Commission, National Commission for SC/STs, Central Vigilance Commission, Central Information Commission, Comptroller and Auditor General of India regarding union accounts before the parliament. So each of these commission will prepare a report regarding their functions, and such a report was laid before the parliament by the president. Okay. On matters regarding the disqualification, if there is a matter regarding disqualification of any member of a parliament, okay, then president decision will be final. Okay, if the president is decided that the member of a parliament must be disqualified, then the decision is a final. But before such a decision, he must need to consult the election commission. Before taking such a decision, he must need to consult the election commission. Okay, he can make a regulation for a peace, progress and the good governance of Andaman and Nicobar Islands, Lakshadweep Islands, then Dadra Nagar Haveli and Daman Diu. So for the purpose of maintaining the peace, for the development progress, and then for a good governance, he can legislate for a such a union territories. He can also legislate for a union territory of a Puducherry whenever the legislative assembly of a Puducherry was suspended or dissolved. Okay, so these are all the legislative powers of a president. Thank you.